friends, it's Life Coach Rich. Got another video for you. So there's reports that the crowd, and you can see them notifying that they can see Crooks climbing onto the building. Okay, so there's video of him climbing onto the building for the Trump assassination attempt. And then there's reports of at least 30 minutes before, and then there's also some reports up to an hour before that he was seen. He was acting suspicious. So I'm not sure which is true, but there's been multiple confirmations that at least 30 minutes before he was seen with a rangefinder, maybe up to an hour before he was seen with a rangefinder, and so outside that building looking over there. But then he like left or got lost in the crowd or something. But it's kind of weird because there's not a crowd over by the building. So it's just, I don't exactly know what the deal is. Maybe he was over on this side of the building that's showing, and then he'd been standing over there, and then somebody noticed him with a rangefinder. Whatever, there was some law enforcement person that noticed him, and then they lost track of it. But why wasn't that, radioed in? And then so they didn't let the president come out until they had found this person or whatever. But nevertheless, it shows that there was on this report. It shows the video of him climbing up. It looked like he was about in the middle of that building and climbed up at the back, and then they could see that he had a rifle. And so somebody should have said shooter, like on the radio, shooter, 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 and just had some code word to for the Secret Service. Should have had the law enforcement, everybody on a certain channel. And this was a minute and a half, they said, that they had notified police. And remember, there's also a report of a person a police officer that went over and supposedly got on the shoulders of another police officer and then looked up over the roof and then saw him, and then he turned his weapon towards him and he lost his balance and fell down. And then he was sort of injured, like twisted his ankle or something. Why wouldn't he? But then right after that, then shots rang out. So why wouldn't he have hit the ground and said shooter, shooter, shooter? Something like that. And that would have been within the last few seconds to still have an opportunity to get President Trump covered, jumped on, down to the ground, something like that. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, and notifications. And then also, after you're done, please share the video with a friend. That really helps the channel grow. Thank you so much. And let's continue. Let's listen to what this guy says. You can see the video here.
I'm not a golfer. I didn't know that the rangefinders are used in golfing. I know for a fact that rangefinders are used for deer hunting because, and I would have said that the primary use of a rangefinder is for shooting distances over about 80 yards or so. And the idea, I would actually call this the single greatest, biggest blunder by the Secret Service in history. It's extraordinary, the number of things that went wrong. And the finger pointing about where the perimeter is and who's responsible, that's all bunk. The idea, Secret Service, the reason we have Secret Service, as Emily just mentioned, is that this is a very unique sort of security problem that the Secret Service is designed to deal with. The idea that you had a suspicious person walking around the magnetometers, anybody who has spent any time around Secret Service, and I've spent
look at that right there. Like he just climbed up on the roof, and there's multiple people seeing him over there. So much so that somebody flips out their phone and starts recording.
A lot of time around them, knows that what they are doing is they're looking for suspicious people. And if you and just a random citizen walking up and asking an odd, weird question, you're gonna get cornered and asked a lot of questions. So the fact that they let this happen is astonishing.
Yeah.
But with people seeing him climb up at least a minute and a half, and then telling police officers, hey, there's a guy over there and he has a rifle, he's on the roof. Like, even if a crowd member was making that up, just to, I don't know, I don't see why somebody would do that. But even if they were making that up, then it should have been, radioed in, shooter, 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 and then boom, the president's secured. You've got plenty of time. Minute and a half's a long time. And especially if there's crowd people telling you that he has a rifle on a building right over there in plain sight of the president. So it's just, I understand that Secret Service is completely responsible for all this. But what about the local law enforcement as well? Not trying to cast a lot of blame on them. If Secret Service did not give them a certain channel, and there's been reports that they weren't on a common channel as far as an emergency channel to report something like that. So if Secret Service did not give them the appropriate channel to be on for immediate threat reporting, that kind of stuff, then that's just another thing of negligence, gross negligence by the Secret Service on on reporting this and stopping it before it ever happened. It should have never, a shot should not have been fired. I can't even put it into words. And I'm not a vast security expert, but I could provide better security and measures than what happened there. I mean, it just, some stuff just doesn't make common sense. There you go. That's what I have for you for now. Thanks for watching. It's Life Coach Rich. Please share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.